So I've had several messages lately asking about writing, particularly like if you have a book idea and you know you want to write it, but you just have no clue where to start. So if that's you, I'm going to walk you through this. Well, I'm going to walk you through the process that works for me anyway. And if we have not met yet, hi, I'm Caitlin. I wrote this book, 7 Days to a Life of Limitless. I published it in December of last year, and we are not even a year into publishing it, and it's already sold over 5,000 copies. I am a first-time, unknown, self-published author, but I am also currently in the process of writing both another nonfiction book and also a fiction series. But in this video specifically, I'm going to be talking about nonfiction books. So this is the process that works for me. First thing I do is I just start writing out notes. Once I have a concept in my head, I take any ideas that pop into my head, any inspiration that comes from real life, that comes from books I read, from movies I watch, from music I listen to, and I write it down. I just jot it down in the notes section on my phone. Once I have a bunch of notes, what I do from there is create an outline. So basically this is just categorizing those notes into different categories that will then become chapters. And once I have the chapters, then I'll categorize it even more into subheadings for each chapter. And I personally like to get it down to the paragraphs. I like to keep on micro-organizing until I have a topic for every single paragraph. Once I have that, I write. Just don't make it perfect, just write. Your goal is to get the first draft done, and it's not going to be good, probably, and it's not going to be very long, probably, but just get your first draft onto paper. And you'll find that this part goes pretty quickly because you've already taken the time to micro-organize all of your topics. So once the first draft is done, that's where I typically go back and make sure everything flows. I'll have more ideas pop into my head that I need to plug in, and so I'll go back and find where I can plug it in, where it makes sense, and make sure everything flows correctly. At this point, I may have some friends or family read it and give me feedback on parts that they found confusing, what pieces they wanted to hear more about, if there was anything that brought up any questions, things like that. And I take their notes and I go back and I refine again. Then from that point, I try to do a grammatical edit. So this is where I get people to correct it for grammar mistakes. If there's a super long paragraph that needs to be broken up, things like that, that's what comes in the last edit. And that's essentially it for the writing process. It takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of effort. Typically, my first book took me 4 to 5 months, start to finish, to get it from bare bones, just notes in my phone, to actually publishing it. So if you're looking to write a book, and if you're looking to self-publish and you want more advice on how to self-publish, let me know in the comments. Ask any questions that you can think of. I want to help as many of you through this process as I can. It's just easier to do it here than it is through DMs, because this way I can walk a bunch of you through it all at once. So ask me any questions you need to, and I will do my best to answer every single one of them. And another thing I'll say is that a friend of mine gave me some good advice that if you're looking to write your own book, one of the things that you need to start doing is reading for research purposes. This is where you can kind of get a sense for other people's writing styles, see which one feels most authentic to you, what kind of things you might want to include in your book, what kind of structure you might want to set it up as, things like that. So if you're looking for that inspiration, you may want to check out my book, 7 Days to a Life of Limitless. It's available here on TikTok Shop, on Amazon, or at yourfriendcaitlin.com.